Good morning. That big smile on my face. And I hope a big smile on your face because this shit has gotten crazy. And I've been telling you guys just to sit back, enjoy your life, but sit back and just watch this chaos unfold. The 119th Congress will start just a little bit later on as we are streaming live. And it is oh my gosh, it's already a shit show. It's already crazy. You guys know you guys know who Mike Johnson is. He is the House Speaker. He's going to usher in that and then usher in the new Congress. And then shortly, okay, Albert Jean, finally, I know, sorry. But he's going to usher in this new Congress. And then right after that, they're going to vote. And he might be ousted. And the only person who can save him is Donald Trump. Maybe the only person who can save him is Donald Trump. But beyond that, we have caught, and we told you yesterday, but we've caught a lot of people in a lie, including Fox News. Okay, let's talk about Fox News being caught in a lie. Now, it has to be a pretty big lie in order for Fox News to retract it. We all know what happened with Dominion, right? And there's still another lawsuit about a voting system that they're facing. They had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars. Was it close to $1 billion? Was it? There's a lot of money that they had to pay. I forget the exact number. If you see it, producers Nikki, tell me, or Andy. But they had to pay a lot of money. So now Smartmatic is going to go to court. That one is still going, but Dominion has already been adjudicated, litigated. And they were found guilty. And now they're having to retract another story that we told you about yesterday. We said, hey, these people are lying. Why do you put these people on your air? Why do you do this? What is wrong with you? This is why people don't trust the legacy media anymore. That's why they're so upset with the legacy media. You don't believe me? Let me just show. We did a little search this morning to show you exactly what happened with the Fox News, okay? And this is what we found in our internet search. They had to retract a story. See this as we scroll up on this. Fox News having to retract story. Fox News retracts story. Trump falsely claims. Why? Because all of these folks are going on to these traditional web media sites, and they're going on to Fox News, and they're making these claims that what happened in New Orleans had something to do with the southern border. They can't get off of that. So now you know it's bullshit. Now you know they're lying to you because it's politically expedient, that they're lying about the southern border, that they're using it as a political cudgel in order to scam you out of your vote or to own the libs. Now, do we have problems with the southern border? Absolutely. But is it exactly what they're saying? Does the incident in New Orleans, which folks are saying it is a plot? I won't say the other word because then, the algorithm gets all weird and it's like, why are you saying the T word? Sometimes it's tough on these sites to even be able to tell the news because if you say terrorism, the AI gets you and it's like, oh, those are sensitive topics. You can't be talking about that. Well, that's the news. That's the only thing about digital that really bothers me is that you say certain words and then it suppresses you, right? I think there should be, I love content moderation, but I think they need to be cognizant that people do need to tell the news. And you do need to be able to say certain words without being suppressed or getting a strike because you said certain words that are in the news, that our leaders are saying. But I digress. Let me just say this. So Fox News had to retract a story. Let's put up the Independent. This is where the Independent, I'm loving the Independent. I want to do something with the Independent. How Fox News retracted New Orleans report sparked a MAGA meltdown about the border. Can we scroll up on this? Despite the right-wing network walking back its reporting throughout the day, on Wednesday, Donald Trump and his allies have continued to blame the Biden administration's border policy for the terror attacks. They're lying to you. I keep telling you that. I said to you last night, you guys are sitting in front of the television. You're watching Fox News. You're watching OAN, if that's still on. You're watching News Nation or Newsmax or whatever those are. I always get them confused. I don't know, but they both are, they're kind of the same, two sides of a same coin. And they're just feeding this stuff, and you're sitting there. To all of this legacy media. Hours after a U.S. Army veteran plowed a truck into a crowd of revelers celebrating New Year's on New Orleans, Bourbon Street, leaving 14 people unalived and dozens injured, Fox News reported that the suspect's vehicle was spotted crossing the U.S.-Mexico border just 2 days prior. They couldn't wait. Oh my God, it was across the border. And this is why we need to get Donald Trump's picks in. And this is why we need to get all of the administration in. And that's why the election was so important, because of the southern border and all of these scary, brown people coming over the southern border to steal your jobs. The conservative cable giant's suggestion that the horrific tragedy may have been linked to migrants entering the United States sparked an immediate freakout from prominent conservatives and likely led to President-elect Donald Trump's initial statement on the mass casualty event that tied immigration to the terror attack. While the incoming president insisted he's been proven right that the criminals coming in are far worse than criminals we have in our own country, Fox News soon walked back much of its reporting, noting that the vehicle had been spotted near the border in November rather than late December, and that it didn't appear the suspect was the driver in that instance. Have you had enough, people? MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Have you had enough of being lied to by your dear leader and by the people and the news agencies and outlets, news, I say that lightly, air quotes, that prop him up, that keep you divided? Have you had enough yet? Have you had enough of the lies? And legacy media, I keep saying to you, same thing. Why do you have these election deniers and folks on when you can just say it is a lie? You do what you want. But it's quite frankly a waste of my time when you could tell the story and tell the real story and not elevate or platform the liars and the bigots and the stupid people. Case in point, I love how he held them accountable though. But this is the big lie. My friend over at CNN, Jim Acosta.
I mean, this is a problem, and you were saying a few moments ago you can't take him literally. Why shouldn't you take the president of the United States literally? Isn't that sort of a baseline?
So here's the thing. When I said the other day, when everybody got all bent out of shape because I used some salty language, which I stand by, and if you don't like it, you know what you can do. You have a higher standard for someone like Jim Acosta, for someone like me, than you have for your own dear leader who sits or will be sitting in the Oval Office. You have a higher standard for a cable or a former cable news host than you have for the leader of the free world, who talks more shit about anyone, about people as a political leader than I have heard ever, who calls people dumb, who calls them liars, who uses racist language, who calls them sons of bees. You have a, so you just don't take him literally. We don't have we're not electing a pastor in chief. We're okay with a liar. We're okay with it. He can lie to us. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 13,000 times, and I'm MAGA. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me a million times. Oh, and guess what? I become MAGA because I like it. Because I want to be lied to. I want to be a rube. I want to be the mark. I want to make excuses for a liar and for lies. I want to have cognitive dissonance. Continue on with Jim Acosta on this whole lie about the border, New Orleans having something to do with the border, and Fox News and Republican lawmakers going on television spreading this BS. If we have some of the lawmakers going on yesterday, we had it yesterday evening. Please just grab them for me real quick if you have them. But let's continue on with these guys.
You take the president of the United States literally? Isn't that sort of a baseline expectation that he should stick to the facts?
I think, look, in this particular instance, and I didn't see the exact language he used in the True Social post, I don't think he was saying that this individual crossed illegally, or if he was, it was based on initial reporting that was incorrect, that somebody...
You didn't see the report, but you don't think. How long does it take you to see the report? How long does it take you to do an internet search? Right there, when it says, stand by, stop. Producers, please, that's what I would have said. I'm not telling you guys there if you have it rolled. I would say, producers, please put up the report. Or I would take on the paper and say, here it is. This is what he said. Let me read it to you. This is what, and you know, I have it from, let me find it. Let me go through my papers from yesterday so I can explain to you what the former president said. Oh, look how quickly that is. So here we go. I don't know which lawmaker this is. Republican strategist. Mr. Republican strategist Chatterjee. This is what your dear leader said. When I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news and the fake news media. But it turned out to be true. The crime rate in our country is at a level that nobody has ever seen before. Here's the problem of that. The suspect was not an immigrant. He was an American citizen. So I would have played that or showed that to him immediately and then gotten his response. Wait a minute. What do you mean you haven't? Let me just tell you what he said. Let me just tell you what he said. And now how do you respond to that? Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. It doesn't take you that long. Why on earth would you, as a Republican strategist, think about this. Why would you go on television as a Republican strategist, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whoever, everybody you're watching on? Think about this. Riddle me this. This is why I have 0 F's to give, okay? This is the energy I'm taking, and I hope you're taking into the new year. Why would you go on television to talk about this if you are not knowledgeable about it? If you can't read a tweet or a post that takes literally 10 seconds to read, that is at your fingertips, why would you even go on? Because the truth does not matter. The answer to that question is they don't care. They're going to make excuses anyway. Are you tired of being lied to? Are you tired of being taken? Are you tired of people insulting your intelligence? Now think about it. Boss calls you into the office. How about that report on such and such and such and such you did? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. Well, wait a minute. Isn't that your job as a Republican strategist, especially if you're speaking to the media and you're going to speak to the American people and an international audience? Shouldn't you know what you're talking about? Shouldn't you know? Oh, I guess not. It doesn't matter, though, because whatever it is, this is the point. Whatever it is, they're going to say it's okay, and they're going to make an excuse for it. So let's see what Pretzel Man does now, how he twists himself.
Based on initial reporting that was incorrect, that somebody had crossed that Eagle Pass. We can show it up on screen again.
I mean, he's talking about the...
But he has a valid
point. He's blaming Biden's open borders policy.
And
He's
again,
talking about that on Truth Social.
There we go. Thank
mean,
you.
but does he tie it
When I
directly
said
to
that the
this
criminals coming
particular?
in are
Yes,
far worse than the
he
criminals
ties
we
it
have in our
directly.
country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. Not in this case.
Not in this case,
What he is saying in that Truth Social post is false. That is
false.
He's not saying that this individual crossed the border.
Yes, he is.
But there were 400 people on the terrorist watch list.
Of course, but when there's an act of terrorism in this country, the incoming president should tell the truth to the American people. I mean, that is just. Isn't that what the president should do at all times?
He's talking about securing the border, and he's been talking for
Yeah.
years about securing the border, and he believes, and I think the
Oh my
data
God.
bears out that he won the election partially because.
Well, I mean, I just
of
have to
his
say,
push for a
here he
secure
goes
border.
again. He talks about everybody else being fake news, and he's the one peddling fake news. But
Thank you, Jim Acosta. The originator of fake news is Donald Trump. Did you hear what I said? The originator of fake news is Donald Trump. MAGA, are you tired of being lied to? You should be sick of this. It's not owning the libs. You're getting owned. You look stupid. It makes you look silly. But you probably don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The reporting. He insisted that he has been proven right that criminals are coming in are far worse than the criminals that we have in our country. It's a lie. Based on false reporting. Now, can you imagine? Think about it if Joe Biden did that. Oh my God, Joe Biden is so out, he's so incapacitated because the Dems are lying, and oh my gosh, Joe Biden, he's so old or whatever. Donald Trump ain't far behind. And this certainly does not help to distinguish between the two men. My goodness, I can't believe that you guys really, really, really want that. Here is a lawmaker going on Fox News. Well, he's soon to be the incoming head border czar. That's the term that they came up with. Saying the same thing. And we have Mike Johnson as well saying the same thing. But let's play this incoming border czar.
With them. So we're not out of the woods. This country's in grave danger. We need to secure that border. And despite what's happened the last 2 days in Las Vegas and in New Orleans, this administration is not stopping. They're still releasing thousands of people every week through the CBP-1 app, the CHMV program, and Border Patrol continues to release people in this country without proper vetting. This is not a good thing, and I can't wait for the new administration to take power and secure this border and protect our national security.
Well, the police chief was asked about the incident in Las Vegas, if they had seen any motivation.
Now she does. She said she's saying that there's no motivation that they think that came from that they were between the two incidents. So she goes on to check him on that. But this whole idea from this guy is in charge. This guy's going to be in charge of the border. Are you okay with that? This is a person who's going to be in charge of the border, going along with the lie first reported by Fox News that they're going to say, well, it was just, some inaccuracies. They're not going to call it a lie. And so they have to retract it. The retracted report from Fox News. Let's clarify that. That somehow that this New Orleans man and suspect and truck, that it was connected to the southern border. A report that is infactual. That the next leader of the free world jumped on and spread all over the world through a post because of Fox News. And now all the lawmakers are going, because Donald Trump said it. They're not even, if you are someone who's going to be a leader, wouldn't you check your information? Shouldn't this person, if he's going to be a good border czar in charge of, wouldn't he check the information and go on and say, yes, I would go on and say, listen, at this point, there is no evidence to connect this. I know what the president has put out there or others, but as the person who's going to be in charge of the border, I do have to say that at this time, there's no evidence that this truck or this suspect is connected to the southern border. If that does change, I'll certainly come back and I'll let you know. But you can't say that because what? Because they're afraid of Donald Trump. So they jump on every single thing that he says. Oh my gosh, yes, we got to get on this. We got to get on this. Because Donald Trump said it. Because Donald Trump said it. Several examples throughout this program that I'm going to show you of that. Here's another one. Mr. Walls, Representative Walls, saying the same thing.
This is why getting President Trump's cabinet in is so important. We need Governor Noam at DHS. We need Kash Patel at FBI. We need Pete Hegseth at DOD. This is an across the government look. Marco Rubio at State, and of course, Ratcliffe at CIA and Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard at DNI. That has to be in place day one, guys, because this is a moment in transition of vulnerability, and President Trump is going to project, because he is a leader of strength, the narrative that we project on day one will be just important, and that's having our people in place.
Okay. Project a narrative. Now, he is saying that because of everything that's going on, you need to get the cabinet in place right now. That's what Walls is saying, right? Not specifically talking about the connection to the border, but loosely. But saying we got to get the cabinet in place, which means don't question them. And listen, if you missed our live last night, then you missed it because we talked about this and we predicted it. And then Fox had to retract or whatever. We were first. And we told you, something is fishy in media land. Something is fishy in MAGA land with the misinformation and the lies. So he's saying, don't question the cabinet, folks. We have to project, not be, but project narrative. That's what Waltz is saying. He's not saying we have to be those things, that we have to be honest. We have to be consistent. We have to be on point. We have to have our shit together. We have to know what we're talking about. We have to obey the law and the Constitution. None of that. We have to project. It's a narrative. Anything to stay in power, jump on a lie or misinformation. The current House Speaker is doing the same thing. Who knows for how long? And he has to do it because he needs to save his ass. And that's what we're going to talk about after this. But he went on Fox News as well with the same BS. This is the southern border. It's the southern border. It has nothing to do with the southern border. Here he is.
Something else that's obvious, and I don't know if enough attention is being paid to this, but we all know that for the last 4 years, the Biden administration has been completely derelict in its duty. The congressional Republicans, we here in the House and the Senate, have repeatedly asked the DHS under the Biden administration about the correlation, the obvious concern about terrorism and the wide open border. The idea that dangerous people were coming here in droves and setting up potentially terrorist cells around the country. We have been ringing the alarms. We impeached DHS Secretary Mayorkas in the House over that very issue and others related to it. So this is a big concern. They told us, Lawrence, for 4 years that the #1 threat was so-called racially motivated extremism. It was nonsense. This is the thing that we were all concerned about.
Please.
This is why we raised the alarm.
Please. That is what the nonsense is. Because it is. That's what it is. It's the #1 is racially motivated violence. Now, everyone, how many people you think even heard of that retraction by Fox News? How many people you think even heard it? How many people you think are even aware of it? MAGA, are you? Because I know MAGA watches this, especially on the TikTok. MAGA, are you even aware that Fox News had to retract the thing that I'm sure you were trolling in our comments and giving us so much shit about yesterday? Did you know Fox News had to retract it? Did you know we were right? They didn't even hear it. So they still believe that this is connected to the southern border, and it's not. And all these lawmakers who went on television yesterday saying that and believing that and perpetrating that, why aren't they held accountable for that? Why are they not held accountable for that? And why are you falling for it? Mike Johnson saying this has nothing, we were led to believe. No, that's not a lie. What the lie is what you're saying right now. Let's go.
This is why we passed H.R. 2, the strongest border security act ever passed by Congress. And Chuck Schumer and the Democrats in the Senate would not put that through and make it into law. The Biden administration has a lot to account for here, and we see now in glaring view of everybody that this dereliction of duty has real consequences. It's a concern, and it will be an ongoing concern for some time.
That's why this election was so important, is because we got to get the southern border under control, because we have people who are coming in. By the way, Belinda, welcome to the Lemon Nation as a member. Belinda Sandage, thank you. We're going to get to Mike Johnson, but they're all, I don't know if they're lying to you on purpose or they just are unaware. You guys let me know what you think. Are they lying to you on purpose or are they just unaware? Vanessa Escobar, let's go back up, please. All these attacks are to be used for distracting evidence so incoming administration can justify a war helping Russia defeat Ukraine and getting all the Trump appointments. We'll say ISIS in Ukraine. Vanessa Escobar, thank you for your support. I appreciate your comments. Thank you for supporting independent media. I thank all of you for that. Other comments? Let's read some of our members. Carrie Isaac, thank you for your generous support of independent media. Just sitting here on my lawn chair, front row, Vancouver Island, Canada, LOL, going to be an entertaining 4 years. It is going to be entertaining. It's going to be entertaining. That's why I told you guys, you guys were like, I'm so sad, I'm so down. Don't be sad and down. And normally, I don't take glee in anybody's demise or downfall. I want this country and the government to be successful. Obviously, I'm an American. Beth Collier, thank you for your support of independent media and for your generous contribution, allowing other members. 5 of you can become members because of Beth Collier's generosity. Kathy Gordine says, or Gordine, it's only going to get much worse when they're officially in office. Oh, yeah. Not even in office yet. All of this is manufactured, says Lady K. It is manufactured, and people are falling for it. I'm trying to get you people not to fall for it. I'm going to take some classes in deprogramming people. I'm going to talk to some experts about how to deprogram people in a way that I can. Lying on purpose because their supporters believe whatever the hell they say. It's ridiculous, says April Ashby. I want to take some classes, or at least have some knowledge in deprogramming people from cult-like behavior. Eric Walker, because of Eric Walker's generous contribution, 5 of you can become members now. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Banana Queen, for your generous support. I love that you guys are here for the independent media. I'm so glad that you don't have to do things like invite people on to lie about things. Shall we get to the mic? Let's make sure that we have all of it. I think we have everything. Nikki, Andy, is that everything I have until we get to the Mike Johnson of it all?
Yeah, that's it for now, but we'll let you know if there are any updates.
That's it for now. Okay, so I know that you guys just sent me something about, I think it was a Jim Jordan thing. Does that have to do with Mike Johnson, or is that something else? Let me see. Let's see what we have here. Okay, I'm going to get to that. So Mike Johnson is in trouble. They're going to usher the Congress in. Thank you, TikTok, for that. I love it when you guys put stuff on. So thank you. I mean, I'm going to get to some of your comments on TikTok. So before I get to the Mike Johnson of it all, let me do that. Let's get to some of the comments. So the folks on the tube, on the YT, would you guys like to hear? Let's hear what the folks over at TikTok are talking about, okay? TikToker says, hi, Don, you should still be on CNN. Thank you. I'm very happy here. Okay. I love you guys and I miss you guys, the CNN, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see what they say. Sheila says, sadly, no one is going to come to the rescue. Stop believing in humans to save you. They aren't. Robin says, love you, Don. Luxter711 says Fox News is entertainment platform. Yeah, they're saying, especially their morning show, it's under the entertainment umbrella, reportedly, allegedly. I believe that is true. Yes. I have to be really careful because they are sue hungry over on the Republican side. Sonia says no CNN news for me. Let's see. Mo says, race baiter in chief. Almond T says the next 4 years and has like 4 or 5 boxes of popcorn there. Enjoy My Entertainment Post says, what is going to happen at the end of the 4 years? He said they will never have to vote ever again. I tell you, I think he's probably going to try to vote again, to run again. And I think he's going to use Michael Bloomberg in New York as some sort of precedent for a public official extending their time in office and breaking with the tradition of term limits as the leader of the city or some sort of leader. I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's already making that play. Renee says they are not lying, Don. This is their truth and what is the future for America. Maybe it's their truth. Maybe that they have MAGA brain so much that they believe their own bullshit and lies. Alma V says Mike Johnson is worried about losing his job and had to come out about the immigration angle. Yes. So he had to back the dear leader. Thank you for speaking the truth without hesitation, says Anna Forever LBCC. Oh my gosh. Tessie says, is telling Corey C, because as American soldiers, we are tired and Trump lied to us. I hear you, Renee. I'm not going to say anything about my colleague because I love her. Someone is posting something about my colleague and having a certain Republican pundit on, and that has become the MAGA reality TV. Yeah, well, I can't do anything about that, but I do love my colleague. I don't love what's happening there, but I have nothing to do with that. Thank you for the galaxy. So, Ken, we all lost because of that, because of the lies. Cult deprogramming is very difficult, but it is possible, says Azareth. We'll see. We'll do whatever we can do. We'll do whatever we can do to try to see how to get folks deprogrammed. Allison Kinsey, you are amazing, and I thank you for your generous support. And I know that you are also allowing other members, other folks to become members as well. I'm well aware of it. Allison Kinsey, thank you. Welcome, Sherry, to a member of the Elimination. Welcome, Carrie Isaac. Welcome, Lori Miller. Welcome, Michelle Powell. Welcome to Travis Malone. Welcome to Angela Giles. Welcome to Bex. Welcome to, Maureen Marfell. Thank you for your generous contribution. And Maureen, because of the generosity of Maureen, 5 folks can become members. Thank you. It's cold in here, right? My little dog Gussie is up here with me. We got to warm it up in this room. Let's go to the Warm It Up in the Room app on the phone and get it warmer upstairs in our little studio where we are. Right, Gus? Okay. Connie Gallo, thank you for your support. We are such a myopic society. We never look at global considerations. Americans are willfully ignorant. I think Americans are waking up right now. Dollar Straw says, help me understand how we're not already in a dictatorship, please. Thank you for your contribution. We are, but you can fight back. Like I said, look, perhaps there are dictator tendencies here that we are dealing with. But there are ways that you can contribute and fight back. But I would not get all overly animated and excited. Let me do that. As I said, let me be your proxy. I'll get all animated and whatever. I have 0 Fs. Cecilia Coleman, wow, stay independent. Can't believe this shit. Thank you, Cecilia. I can't either. Jane R, amazing. Because of Jane R's generosity, 5 of you have now, more of you can become members. Would love to see Rachel Maddow on your show, says Travis Malone. Thank you, Travis. Are you related to my hubs? You have the same last name. We'll see. We'll ask Rachel. Rachel's very busy, but we'll ask. Who knows? Perhaps. Jen Psaki, we're going to get her on, and I'm going to be on her show as well and on her podcast. What's the new Kim? You are very generous. Thank you. Mike Johnson looks so scared. What a shame. So I appreciate it. And we'll tell you, put it up on the screen how folks can become members. Okay. So let me explain to you what's going on when I say we're going to talk about the Mike Johnson of it all. So if you're wherever you are, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you become a member. Make sure you hit the like button or the heart button or wherever it is that you are, because it affects the algorithm and more people get to join our community and it pushes us up on the algorithm where people are aware of us, right? So we're fighting out here. Like we don't have the support of big corporations behind us. So because of your generosity, we are where we are and we're able to stay here. So thank you. Bruce, thank you so much for what you're doing and for your welcome. Lorena Jelks as a member. Welcome Belinda G as a member. Welcome Vanessa Mitchell as a member. Robin, thank you. I'm here forever. All off it. Popcorn in microwave. All of it. It should be, I think she says, I'm here forever. All of it. Popcorn in microwave. I agree. A rep president and Dem vice president could work, says Jordan Yeager. So let me just tell you what is going on, okay? Let's get to the Mike Johnson of it all, because it's important. Because in a very short time, he's going to swear in the 119th Congress, okay? Today is going to be the first day of the new 119th Congress, but GOP lawmakers seem plagued by the same old problems. Sit back, relax, and you hear a tale. A tale of a fateful trip that started on not a tropic isle. Well, maybe it did, with the colonists coming over. Aboard a not so tiny ship. You guys feel me? I crack myself up. Facing a conservative revolt, the House Speaker Mike Johnson could lose his gavel as early as noon if he and Trump can't get Republicans united behind him. Come on, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Johnson spent Thursday making phone calls and holding meetings in his Capitol office in a bid and going on Fox News and others, right? Gilligan's Island, but it's a different story. Thank you. Thank you, Whoopi25. You cooking, Don, on TikTok. Making phone calls, holding meetings in his office on Capitol Hill. Oh, my God, what do I do? I'm scared. I got to keep my speakership. Trying to shore up his vote count. But right now, it's very unclear what's going to happen. One congressman has already vowed to vote against Johnson, meaning he can only afford to lose one more vote. It's going to be the definition of a nail biter. This guy, I love you guys know I love hearing from you on social media because social media is the future. Digital media is the future. Podcasting is the future. It's the future. It's the future. It's the future. So I want to put on a TikToker. So if you're a TikTok, we're going to put you on. Okay? This is a dude on TikTok breaking down. It's about 2 minutes. What's going on with the speakership? Let's make room for the TikToker. Here it is.
All right, it's January 3rd. Today is the start of the 119th Congress. And it's a really big day because Mike Johnson is up for re-election and Speaker of the House. Now, the Republicans have the slimmest House majority in nearly 100 years, leaving almost no margin for error in this vote. It's pretty common for there to be a standard party line split on a lot of these speaker votes where the Republicans, in this case with the majority, are voting entirely for one candidate and the Democrats are all defecting or voting for another candidate because they prefer to see one of their own elected. Now, in this case, Republican Thomas Massie of Kentucky has already confirmed he will not vote for Mike Johnson. And that is the only defection he can afford if Massie stays true to his word. If anyone else either doesn't show up or doesn't vote, suddenly Johnson cannot win the speakership because he does not have enough support to get to the number of votes he would require. Donald Trump has been on Truth Social and calling Republicans all across Congress, trying to shore up support for Johnson and reiterating his confidence. But this is the first really big test of the new administration and these new elected officials. It's a really important thing to watch because if there is not a speaker elected, it could have ramifications for the certification of Donald Trump's victory, which is scheduled to take place on January 6th. If for some reason they can't get a speaker elected, that could bring into question when the actual election is certified for Donald Trump's victory.
Okay, that's a TikToker. I love getting real people reporting on this show. Enough of like the talking heads. Am I right? Tell me if you guys want me to do like the traditional sort of reporter thing. Let's get this person on, blah, 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 blah. The talk. I like hearing from folks. I love hearing from folks, especially on social media. I think it's great. Okay. So that is a TikToker breaking it down. Now, this is Donald Trump finally, because, you know, Johnson is nervous. Remember, Johnson needed he had to rely on the kindness of the Democratic strangers. He relied on the Congress, on the kindness of strangers, meaning the Democrats, to keep the government open and funded. And now he's out there making up lies about the Democrats. But when he needed them, he's like, you know, I need your vote. And then said, I can't believe Democrats didn't vote for this. Well, the Republicans didn't vote for it either. That's how you guys know it's all a political charade. Donald Trump is endorsing Johnson on Truth Social. Here's Donald Trump's post on Truth Social. Good luck today for Speaker Mike Johnson, a fine man of great ability who is very close to having 100% support. No, he's not. A win for Mike today will be a big win for the Republican Party and yet another acknowledgement of our 129-year most consequential presidential election. A big affirmation indeed, MAGA. That is like, woo, vote, please, 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 vote for him. Yeah, hey, cheerlead, whatever. We'll see if it happens. But that's why I tell you guys, it's the same thing over and over. It's going to be what? Posts about bullshit and about whatever every 2 seconds, and you're going to get all wound up when really you should just be getting your popcorn, going about your lives. Vanessa Mitchell, you are the best with your super sticker. Thank you for your very generous support, and thank you for being a member, okay? Representative Jeff Van Drew talks about Trump's endorsement of Johnson. Here it is. More evidence of, woo, we're nervous. Here it is.
I am supporting the speaker. And let me say, if, I hear from President Trump, who I do speak with.
This is the guy. Now, I just want to set this up for you because this guy is going to say that he is an independent thinker. I'm an independent thinker. So, but then not even the next breath, the same breath, he's like, I'm an independent thinker. I'm an independent thinker or whatever. And then he goes, I will do whatever Donald Trump wants me to. Oh my God. These guys don't even see it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's look at his little Christmas setup there. No, whatever. Okay. I'm an independent thinker, but I will do whatever Donald Trump tells me to do. Pay attention. Watch it. Here it is.
I am supporting the speaker. And let me say, if, I hear from President Trump, who I do speak with relatively regularly, and I have a relationship with him to the contrary, that would change my mind. Let me say this. I'm a very independent person, so I get it. I get it. Members of Congress want to express their individual viewpoint. We're a co-equal branch of government, et cetera, et cetera. But there was a mandate from the people of the United States of America.
It was not a mandate. It was not a mandate. Barely popular vote. Of course, it's a win. A win is a win. But it was not a landslide electoral victory. And the popular vote by a hair. It's not a mandate. Let's keep going. Let's get that out there. Go, though.
And the electoral vote to make change.
Okay, to make change. Now, look, when any new president comes in, it's people want to change. That's why it comes in usually, especially if you're going against an incumbent, as Donald Trump was. People wanted to change. Guys, I have a treat for you, okay? Do you guys remember once upon a time, there was this congressman named Matt Gaetz who ousted, reportedly, allegedly, by the former House Speaker. The House Speaker said that he was ousted because Matt Gaetz wanted a report squashed or ended about him and his alleged role with two underage people, or at least one underage people. And I think one was 19 and one was 17 at the time. And then that once upon a time, back in the day, I'm old enough to remember, there was this congressman who was nominated to become the attorney general and then lost it because his damaging report was going to surface about him. And then this former congressman who stepped down and then withdrew his nomination and then found a job over on, what was the show he's on? Is he on Newsmax? No. One America Network?
Yeah, OAN.
OAN. He's on OAN. He said, I have a new show coming and I've got all the contacts and it's going to be great. We're going to show you his new show. I think it probably started this week. And it started with the madness is happening in Washington. Now, he certainly knows the Congress, so maybe he has something interesting to say. But there was Representative Thomas Massey is on Matt Gaetz' new show. Here it is, guys. This is what Matt Gaetz' new show looks like. Let's see it. I can't wait. Let's see it.
Roy were asked to serve as chairman of the Rules Committee. Would that be enough to get your vote for Mike Johnson?
Oh, no. You can pull all my fingernails out. You can shove bamboo up in them. You can start cutting off my fingers. I am not voting for Mike Johnson tomorrow. And you can take that to the bank. You know that,
Who are you voting for,
Matt.
Thomas? Who are you voting for?
Can I just be petty for a little bit? Let me just be petty. Now, look, when I was in, can you just put that up and then freeze it? Now, when I was in the cable news, sometimes I'd have to say, hey, whoa, guys, back off of the paint. It's okay. Like, everybody's skin is not perfect. This is not a lick of anything on right here. Let me just, nothing. There's nothing on. This is my own skin is skinning. So sometimes, especially if you have good skin and you put makeup on it and you just look made up, it can make you look like a woman if you have good skin, right? Or certain features. What did they do? Is it the makeup? Play it and then pause it a little bit. Like, what? Am I being petty?
Roy were asked to serve as chairman of the Rules Committee.
What is going on? Did you guys see this? Come on now. Is that work? Is that a lot of under eye concealer? Highlighter? What in the... I got too much MAC. What is going on there? Is that plastic surgery? I don't know. He looks like a different person. Seriously. Huh? Now the other guy looks just like he's like a dude that hasn't shaved. Like he's been working hard. Yeah, he looks like a man. Amanda Belcher. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anybody old enough to remember that? What was the thing? Maybe it's something. Maybe it's Maybelline. Wow. I don't know if it's a makeup department in Miss C that did Matt dirty. Now, look, I'm just saying, sometimes the makeup folks do get a little carried away. But I don't know what wow. Okay. Anyway, I was being petty, but Matt, maybe Matt, you should just roll it. You don't have to hear it, but I just want to see how it looks.
Would that be enough to get your vote for Mike Johnson?
Wow.
Oh, no. You can pull all my fingernails out. You can shove bamboo up in them. You can start cutting off my fingers. I am not voting for Mike Johnson tomorrow. And you can take that to the bank.
Oh,
you know that.
Anyway, you got to put it. You can put fingernails, you can put bamboo, the old torture or whatever. I'm not doing it. So look, Mike Johnson's in trouble. Matt Gaetz, tell him to cut back, or I don't know what you did. We want to see. If you were on the YT on the tube, you could see it. We had it up. That's what we've been trying to tell you, the folks on TikTok. Hello from New Iberia. Hi, New Iberia. Crazy. Someone said to me, "Hi, Fredo." I'm not Fredo. You got the wrong person. You're in the wrong chat. You're in the wrong chat. Okay, so that was Matt Gaetz' new show. What you guys think? Tell me what you think. Are you going to watch Matt Gaetz' new show? Are you guys going to watch? Thank you for the Galaxy TikTok. Are you going to watch Matt Gaetz' new show? I don't even know how to get these channels anymore. I don't even know how to get them. I got to tell you, I was watching. I watched the ball game last night. Georgia and Notre Dame. Who was it? Georgia and who was it on last night? The Sugar Bowl. So I was watching them, and I was just like, the ads that were coming up, and there was something else that I tried to watch. And I'm like, wow, okay. All of these ads, I could see why the young folks were not watching TV, because all of these ads coming, traditional television, because all of these ads coming up. And I was like, enough already. And even like I have two YouTube things. One is like an old one that I have, which is a premium. And then the other one is one that, because sometimes I can see the ads. And even then you can click off of them, right? So I'm looking at your comments about, are you going to watch? That's filler, says Karen. Wow, you guys are going off on that, says Karen White. Botox is kind of gal. Look, I'm not against people doing that, but I like sometimes like when it makes you not look like yourself, that's problematic. When you start looking like somebody else, or if you're men have to be very careful, especially if you have sort of keen, fine features, like if you have a little straight nose, eyes that are a certain way or whatever, like it can start to make you look feminine if you get too much work. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I'm offering some advice here. Don't you think it can make you kind of look, and then on top of that, if they put like makeup on you, it can start looking very drag queenish. Very like, hey girl, hey. I'm just saying. Are you guys going to watch that show? Okay. So that was Representative Massey saying you'd have to stick bamboo in order to get me to vote. Tony Warrington, thank you for your support. Tony says, thanks to Christopher Titus. I just heard about your show. Cheers. Glad you're able to continue to do your thing. Cheers. I love Christopher Titus. I love that show. Tell me I'm going to have to check out. Did Christopher Titus say something about us? Because that guy's a real deal. And here's the thing. You don't always have to agree with me, as long as it's not personal. Like, I'm not trying to be petty with Matt Gaetz. I'm trying to offer him some advice as someone who did cable news been doing TV news since the 90s. Sometimes you have to say, look, don't make me look like a woman. Back off a little bit on the makeup. Like, it's too much. Representative Victoria Sparks. Many people want to be speaker. She's not saying yes. She's not saying yes. She's saying, I don't know about that. Hunter Rusher 525. on TikTok says, "You're always being petty, Don." Look, I at one time I say, "Call me petty." I'm not being petty on this. I can't be petty. And you know what? Good. But here's Representative Victoria Spartz, what she's saying.
Hear clearly what you hope, what you expect from Speaker Johnson in order to get your vote. But if he does not do what you want him to do in order to earn your vote.
Can you pause that for me, please?
No one else.
Okay, now look at this. Let me just tell you the difference. So this is Will Cain. I used to work with Will Cain. And I saw him not long ago. I didn't recognize him, just was sort of out of context. But look, so Will Cain is wearing a face full of makeup, right? He still looks like a man. He still looks like Will Cain. He still looks recognizable. Do you guys disagree with that? His forehead works. See, mine works. His forehead works. He's not like everything isn't perfect. That's all I'm saying about Matt Gaetz. Keep going, please.
Else has stepped up. So it leaves the House of Representatives with no leadership for some protracted period of time where Donald Trump is looking to be inaugurated within a few weeks.
Well, listen, I think there are a lot of other people are interested, but I think they don't want at this point to go to Speaker Johnson, and I think, Speaker Johnson needs to have a serious conversation, and I hope he will be able to have that conversation, including with President Trump, and convince him, because there are a few things also he didn't deliver for President Trump too, what he promised just recently, and he needs to be able to convince the American people that he's able to do it, and other members. So there are other people but right now, no one wants to step up and say, well, yeah, Mike hasn't been doing that great, but, we don't want to, since he's been saying all these good things to President.
So I think that's notable if you're telling us you know of other individuals in Congress who would want to put themselves up for Speaker?
Yes, they are. Of course, there's a lot of people probably, and I think that's a debate liberation we have, and I hope we have it before January 6th. This is unfortunate that Speaker Johnson is not willing to have that deliberation with the members that actually opposing him right now, and it's not just me. There's much more members. Sure. A lot of people just really afraid to say that.
Okay, so there you go. People are afraid. She's saying the truth that people don't want to hear. At this point, she's saying the truth, and she doesn't know. This is the interesting thing. My friend over at the CNN, Harry Inton, is explaining just about the fragility of Mike Johnson and how we've never really had a Congress like this.
There are times when I see numbers and I feel like Joey from Blossom and go, whoa, this is an instance of it. Okay, Mike Johnson's major potential headache. It's the smallest majority at the start of a first session over 100 years. Because keep in mind, a lot of people will try and say, okay, back in 1931. But keep in mind, the first session then didn't start actually until, I think, December. And there were a ton of vacancies. So I actually went further back into the record books and said, okay, when the first section actually started, and this is the smallest since at least 1917, if not further back, because we got 219 for the Republicans, because Matt Gaetz says he's not joining this Congress, and 215 for the Democrats likely tomorrow. We're talking about, yeah, it's pretty tight. It's pretty gosh darn tight. We're talking about a difference of, get this, just 4 seats between Republicans and Democrats, virtually no margin for error.
So okay, this is why I say that this is not, as they say, a mandate. This is not a landslide. No margin for error here. Susan Del Percio on TikTok saying that she believes Johnson will survive. Let's see.
Johnson will be reelected Speaker for no other reason than Donald Trump will have to call every single Republican member, to say, I don't want any problems with the certification of my election on January 6th. So I think he'll get past that. But we have to remember, anyone can call a vote to oust the Speaker. So every single day that Johnson wakes up, he's going to have to say to himself, will this be the day? At the same time, he may be happy to get rid of the this job, because there is no winning way to do this job unless you are willing to negotiate, which means that he will always have Republicans like lambasting him every single day.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. This is where we start with the 119th Congress, with the MAGA folks in chaos. The Republicans are in chaos. The question is, do Republicans take a page out of Mitch McConnell's book, where Mitch McConnell said that they were going to make Barack Obama a one-term president? Do they sit back and be obstructionists, as Republicans have been for the last 2 Democratic administrations? Is this what happens? Is that what they do? So this is where we start. This is the beginning. And then from here, next, there's going to be chaos between now and the whatever it is, 17 days or whatever it is. I forget how, what is it, the 20th. So today's the 3rd. Between now, the next 17 days, what chaos will ensue? And then beyond that, what happens? This is going to be, mark my words, trust me, every single day, a crazy post, every single day, something chaos, a lie. And then on top of that, you have the unelected official, as folks are calling oligarchs or billionaires involved in this, which adds another layer of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on top of the normal chaos from the Republicans, which will be similar to the last time. Trump 1 and Trump 2 administrations. Trump 1 and Trump 2.0. So what do? Get into your life. Sit back and enjoy. Do what you can do on your local level. Know that it's an FAFO, and they're about to find out. And let's see what happens as they usher in the new Congress, what goes on. This is the beginning. You guys, I'm so grateful that you are helping us to build this community. I thank you for that. I'm really grateful for all of you for doing that. I hope that we help you get through this madness with some fun. Casual Observer says Dim needs to throw some shade and enjoy. This is going to be madness as progressively independent. Hold the line, Democrats, as Estella W. Lisa G is right. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. And I appreciate all the new members that we're getting, and also for you folks who helped contribute to our members, who donated some. You look so much better on YouTube than you look on CNN. Thank you for that, the Barnetts. I appreciate that. I'm happy. I'm free. So what happens if they don't certify? Does anyone know? Says Velma Scarborough. You mean the Congress? Oh, yeah, they know. They're going to have to choose someone else. He can, at a certain point, stop and say, we need to take a vote, and let me see if I can get some more support. So it's a process. It's a process that will happen. And they'll just have to nominate somebody else. That's what will happen. Augusta Winter says, we're grateful for you, Don. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. These people are the personification of a train wreck, says Del Shand. Jesus got us, says Regina Wilson. I hope so. Don's got us. Gus too, says search for you. Regina, welcome to the Elimination. Thank you for becoming a member. Free speech sometimes beats, I'm not going to say that, a 9 double M, says happy enough. We've seen this movie before, says Nana. Yes, you've seen this movie before, but again, you didn't have the added layer on top of it of unelected people. So I appreciate all of you. Make sure you hit the like buttons on your way out. So much engagement and not enough likes, not enough thumbs up on the YouTube. And make sure if you're on the TikTok or any of the other platforms, make sure you smash the screen, smash the hearts, like, follow us. You can subscribe, especially on YouTube. It is free. Oh, I forgot. There's this one thing. I forgot. one thing here, and that is, this is really funny. Fox accidentally reports a retired congressman won't support Johnson, says Johnson's speakership is DOA. Let's play it.
Well, I got bad news. Congressman Bob Good just tweeted out he will not be voting for Mike Johnson.
Well, remember, Brian, Bob Good has left, so I don't. Maybe there's some other name, but Bob Good is,
Can we change that?
Yeah.
Or you say
He was Bob Good lost that close primary back in that Virginia seat. John McGuire is the new member there. John will be voting for Mike Johnson for Speaker. So I think it's still just Thomas Massie indicated he won't support the Speaker, but I'm hopeful that everyone else will.
All right, good point. He's not there anymore, so I shouldn't have brought that up. My bad. But he put that out, evidently. So when you...
All righty. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Have a great day. I'll see you later on, 2 o'clock Eastern. We're dropping new material. And at 5 o'clock Eastern as well. You have to see 5 o'clock. Let me tell you, 5 o'clock Eastern. Promise me. Okay, Lemonheads. Isaac Hayes Jr., Isaac Hayes III will be on talking about how he is suing Trump. He has this new social media platform where he says you should be earning money and that these social media platforms aren't paying you your due because you're a content creator and you should be owning this material. He is starting a platform that does that he believes that this platform is going to revolutionize social media and content creation. And he also had a very disturbing run-in just before Christmas or during Christmas with a Karen in his neighborhood that said to him something to the effect of, you should be white to enter this neighborhood. Why aren't you white? So that was going to drop today at 5 o'clock. Travis says, I need Dems to take a page out of Jasmine Crockett's book. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Amen. I agree with that. We need your laugh as our ringtones, Don, says Jane R. You can do that? You want me to give you? Clip it. I do crack myself up. So make sure you tune in for that today, and we will see you later on. If you want to become a member, it's easy. Subscriptions are free. Memberships, you can check it out at theyoutube.com on that. Or you can, if you're on the YouTube, on a laptop, not on the iPhone, there's no join thing. Just go and look for the join button. Subscribe, subscription is free, and then you can become a member as well. Okay? Until next time. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate